The best way to build a relationship with a working dog. Today's video is all about building a relationship with a working dog from the perspective of a Dutch Shepherd, which I own. Now, I'm not a professional trainer. I know tons of professional dog trainers, so these are just my average tips and tricks, and I do work with a professional dog trainer, Global Canine, in Tennessee. So make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. Let's jump into the video. The biggest factor when you're building a better relationship or building a relationship with your working dog is creating that bond, and that relationship is going to be your biggest task at hand in order to become more successful and more effective, like long term when you're dealing with working stuff, bite protection, any obedience type of training. If you have a dog that does resource guarding like mine does, you need to build that relationship and that solid bond first before even tackling anything else. Now, most working dog breeds are very prey driven, very hunt driven, and very toy driven. I would just say that some of these dog breeds naturally just have those different fundamentals that are built inside of them. Now, genetics do play a portion in that, but understanding the drive and the characteristics that goes along with that dog and those dog breeds is going to also give you a better understanding of what you're looking at. From my personal experience, I would say hand feeding your dog. Hand feeding your dog builds such a strong bond and such a unique experience with your dog, and getting the dog to understand that everything comes from you. And at this point, when you're starting hand feeding, it's just that real intimate bonding technique that gives you the ability to get the dog's trust and start working up to other developmental traits within your training. A big factor within a working dog breed as well is you need to think of what's your long-term goal. Is your goal to do search and rescue? Is your goal to do police canine work? Is your goal to do more tactical operations, protection training, Schutzhund, any type of sport? You really need to have a really good understanding before you even start tackling this. Most working dogs are highly driven. They're super intelligent dog breeds. They can become really dominant at certain times. They can display certain types of behavior that you're going to have to confront. Probably the biggest thing that you're going to have to endure or deal with throughout the entire span of the dog's life is training. And training is going to be a constant thing. You're going to train multiple times a day, long periods of time, and you need to be patient and understand the long-term goal of what you're going to be doing, but starting from a focal point. Working dogs need to not be taken lightly. It's not a husky, obviously, it's not a golden doodle. The dog's drive and the dog's fundamentals are completely different than a regular household dog. So even if you're a homeowner considering getting a working dog, understand that the dog's gonna, behavior-wise, now depending on what breeder you get it from or where you get the dog, sometimes within the breeding or the genetics, you can find a dog that has a lower drive than maybe some of the other dogs do. But you're going to need to understand that no matter what, these dogs typically are more active than your average dog breed. Come here. Oh my goodness, you're crazy. Exercise your working dog daily. Take your dog on multiple walks. Within your obedience, condition them to use your specific times of training with their most valuable toy, their possession that they just love the most, whether that's food, whether that's love, affection, or if that's toys. Utilize those within your training aspect. Any working dog, and no matter what you see on YouTube, crate train your dog. If you find a dog trainer that's telling you not to crate train your working dog, you need to find a completely different dog trainer. Any dog trainer that has skills and knowledge within working dog breeds are going to tell you to use a dog crate. Crating your dog is the most safe and effective thing when doing any type of training with your dog and teaching them a certain place that is safe to them, that they can feel comfortable and get away from you, get away from me, but not have to deal with certain things like separation anxiety and all those different types of things. Crate training is 100% beneficial with any working dog, and that is going to be justifiably such a huge important factor within building a better relationship with your working dog. You need to make sure that you're consistent in everything that you do. Whether it's raining, it's snowing, whatever the case may be, with the weather outside too hot, you're gonna have to set times around what's gonna work for you to give this dog that type of stimulation. Now, there's gonna be certain times that you maybe can't do that, but that's okay. Take something out, like with Versailles, when I know that I'm gonna have to do something, I need to make sure that I go and work her. And so with her working is working with toys. So I'll go work with her. That'll mentally drain her and give her something to do, give her some obedience and a job to do, and that will drain her out. And that's a really effective way and a beneficial way in working her if I can't go on a walk that day or something long, just doing small increments of that. If your working dog is a Malinois or a Dutch Shepherd, or even a working line German Shepherd that has a ton of drive, again, make sure that you find a professional dog trainer so that when you get home with this dog just doesn't ruin your life. Because a lot of the times people get these dogs and not understand that, you know, the drives in them have to be conditioned, and you have to be patient and work with those things instead of against them. And unfortunately, some of the times with these problems, people get into these situations, and a lot of these dogs are taken back to rescues and shelters and just done up on, and it's simply because people had no idea what they were getting into in the beginning. Working dogs are great with kids. My German Shepherd and Versailles is great with my kids. I don't allow her to be around a ton of different people yet, and most importantly because I just have had her a short amount of time. I don't want to put her in a spot where she's gonna fail. I want it to be successful, so I'm slowly doing that. You know, sometimes it is true though, unfortunately, some of these working dogs cannot be around small kids. They can't be around small creatures, animals, or something like that because of their prey drive. So keep that in mind, that, you know, maybe one dog is just not better for you, and maybe another dog is the best fit for your family. When you're getting a working dog as well, there's going to be tons of tools that you're going to need. So make sure that when you're finding the best dog trainer, you're understanding what tools are going to be best fit for you and the dog's needs. I've specifically used prong collars, leashes, harnesses, and an e-collar. I highly recommend for a very prey-driven dog or a very high-driven working dog that you utilize a prong collar and an e-collar, because it's going to speed up your conditioning and your training so much faster than without those things. That's going to wrap up today's video, guys. I hope this gave you some clarity and some understanding, some basic knowledge of building a better relationship with your working dog. There's so many factors and variables that go into it. I would say the number one thing that you need to keep in mind is just get a freaking professional dog trainer. Don't be lazy. Don't be a dumbass. You know, don't be one of those dog owners that's just, oh, I can do this, and, you know, you go on YouTube and you're a fucking expert. Reach out, get a professional dog trainer, and I guarantee you that you will see the results, and you will have a thriving working dog at home, in your work, whatever it is the case that you're doing. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Have a great day.